I plan for this to be the last recording I will make on this for quite a while. And I presume that this will be posted before the developer comes out with the next part of the game, which I presume is going to be the final chapter part 2 or the final chapter part 2A. And so there, and I would guess that would take that for that chapter to come out is going to take about a year or so, a year or two from now. But it's gonna close. Hurry, hurry. Buzz off. You want us to get on with you? What should we do? We should get on with him. Yeah, I'd hate to let him walk all over me. And I presume this will be put up about a couple months after it's been recorded. Maybe 3 or 4 months if I'm unlucky. And so this will definitely be put up before that part of the game comes out. Also, it has to be translated because as of yet, I don't know how to read Japanese. So there will be some time in which I can actually read comments that are posted under this video. You're nervous, Miss Sarah? Hehehehehaha. Which is unlike most of the other things I record, which are like recorded well in advance. Let's go, meet Barkiplier to the punch. I'll just take my sweet time. And yeah, the reason why I do that is just because it's convenient. The shutter's closed. We can't get in the cemetery. Woof. Alright, it's still closed like we left it. Okay. Anyway, but it ain't been pierced through. Of course, some of you may be expecting me to say, like, whether or not I like the game. Alright, it's open. It opens, Sarah. And it is kind of really difficult to describe. There is a bit of a, how would I go about this? Oof, kind of hot in here. There's a lack of freshness to this game. There's a bit of a staleness to it. And I wonder if maybe the coffins didn't unlock. But maybe the hourglass it's still in the coffin. I still tried to want to read Con and Reckless-Lives, but maybe I should stop doing that because it's making things really awkward me trying to talk here. As long as I can read them and as long as they're on the screen, that's fine. Maybe it's because of some of the kind of how this game is a bit of a hodgepodge of ideas from a bunch of other Japanese, very famous Japanese visual novels. But even still, I can't really criticize it completely for that reason, because by kind of hodgepodging those things together, it makes something new. So, I mean, unlike any of the games I know of, this is the only one I know of that where the mechanic in the trials, I know they call them main games, but the trials is like Mafia. It's where they have cards with different roles, and and when you do the trial, you're not trying to figure out who did it. Instead, you're trying to figure out who got which kind of card, and that somehow manages to integrate into it all of the evidence you collect over the previous chapter. So, even though it's not like evidence of a murder or something, somehow the evidence is still relevant and it can still be used. And when the person dies at the end, it's not like you killed a murderer, you killed someone who just happened to get a bad card, a bad luck to draw, and so there's much more tragedy involved. But then you also don't get to explore the motivations for their murder or any tragedy that involves that. But also some of the, I don't know, staleness does seem to come from how the game is a bit of a like a it's a bit sort of excessively creative. So it's not very organized. It's not doesn't have like a really well defined structure to it. It just kind of like whatever the developer kind of feels like in this kind of this random haphazard way. Each floor being different, and no geometry of the building being enforced. No map of the floor that makes any sense. And something about the characters too, how they are. These have these extra gimmicks built in that don't really affect the plot, such as Reko's profanity and makeup, and Gin's constant woofing and meowing, and Kyutaro's country accent, which I don't know how they did in Japanese. Well, I know there's probably accents in Japanese, but there's like excessive character dimorphing of some. Well, dimorphing tends to refer to gender. It seems kind of try hard. Like I gotta make these like different characters of different kinds, and I'm just gonna just kind of throw some stuff down, and whatever. It's like when you're first introduced to all the characters at the beginning, there is somewhat of a lack of freshness to the characters. That's the only really can really describe it as a lack of freshness because I don't really have any other words for it. But anyway. Anyway to what? You just needed a sentence that way. Yeah, I said before, it tends to be I don't know exactly what this alias Monkey Die, actually like what kind of media he consumed, but he took this whole level structure of the building and somewhat of the confined nature, like seemingly kind of ripped it out of Danganronpa. And also somewhat Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, but not as much because it didn't have those advancing floors. Where, after each main game, you unlock new floors in the building you can explore. Unlike Danganronpa, it's not like the setting increases in size. Instead, you're trapped on the new floor that you end up in, with the unexpected exception of following the secret passage Gin found back down to floor 1 in chapter 2. So that was pulled there. And then Class Trials of Equal Footing, where... Let's see, what is it? Class Trials of Equal Footing amongst the characters. There's somewhat of a free-for-all without structure to the trials. That was pulled from Danganronpa. The whole thing where 2 characters die per main game is also pulled from Danganronpa. Now, you can have characters die mid-chapter in this game, which actually can happen in Danganronpa, but it happens very, very, very rarely. Um, so it isn't sufficient to say if a game has escape rooms in it, then it's some sort of ripoff of Zero Escape, because a lot of games have escape rooms, but it does have um, it does have a hodgepodge of main characters that are not stereotyped, sort of in the same way that Zero Escape's characters were. And also, each character has some sort of unknown past connection to some past event, something that made them special, that made them be recruited for the killing game. Which is something Zero Escape like, where you don't actually know what the connection is. Anyway, for how you do this part. Oh, there's nothing here, right? You have to get Miss Maple to say something, I presume. Oh yeah, I have to collapse the ceiling, don't we? Nope. Not that part yet. And the answer to all the mysteries seems to be very, like, uninspiring, as in it's just some big secret organization or research group that decided to put all these people together and confine these people in this facility and force them to play this game in order to groom the ultimate version of Sarah. Potentially because someone in the past missed Sarah and wanted to recreate her. Or something of that nature. There. Completely forgot how to do this. Okay, finally made it happen. Okay, so Qtaro was in... So, I presume right now Qtaro is just kind of missing. Because he basically burned himself up in the coffin. Sorry, we couldn't have come quicker. Right, and then they found out about the banquet. I have it. Oh, you won't let us meet him? You can't, he's concentrating really hard. Actually, because he doesn't exist and she's going to retrieve the doll. I don't know what Qtaro's thinking, but it's fine, right? He meant to give this back to Maples anyhow. Understood. We can believe her, right? Yep, she actually does go to get Qtaro, except the doll copy. So you go to Sophilin's room, which I presume is here. I was head this way, right? Yep. Then this appears when it didn't before. And then you see that picture, and then you find where you saw that picture. Which I failed at the first time because I didn't remember seeing that picture anywhere. It's right here. make excuses to. I mean, don't press it till I can do anything. Okay. What brings you here? What are you doing in here? Huh, who can say? What kind of room is in there? You just find out for yourselves. What now? Should we go in? Okay. Let me turn on the lights. Which for some reason Kaiji turned off. Off screen. Mine must have been in here too, right? It doesn't seem to have charging capabilities, which means it's no trouble if we drink from here. Kana's fine with Coco. How about Sara? I need sugar when I'm using my head. I once knew somebody who would eat Toblerone when they retired because they thought the sugar would help. Even if Maple's out of commission, it'd still be dangerous to be alone, right? And then they're going to... Then she takes the hot cocoa to the coffin room. And dumps it on a coffin. Because she knows something that no one else does, and we'll never figure out... don't figure out why in this chapter. Maybe we'll figure out later. I don't know if that'll ever get explained. Like, why she's here, and what she knows. Is this where we get the... Yeah, here we go. This part's interesting. Yeah, and see this silhouette. So this is I presume Shinobu Gokujo is who wrote this, if I were to take a guess. So this is farewell. I'll be departing this facility shortly. Of course, I feel a sense of responsibility for aiding a plan to restructure the criminal underworld. But deciding deaths by majority vote, I can no longer entertain this. Here on the 6th floor, there is an escape route known to no one. I commend you for finding this message. By all means, visit me and together we shall build a new underworld. Shinobu Gokujo. Okay, yeah. The name from the wanted poster. What do you mean? It means he's the guy who won the first Killing game. And of course, you could say he's behind the whole second one, even though that would contradict him saying that deciding deaths by majority vote, he couldn't do it anymore. I guess maybe if he wasn't part of it, but then if he escaped, wouldn't he have finished deciding deaths by majority vote? Or did he just escape and leave other people behind to die? Mutual slaughter to decide the dawn of the CD organizations. You mean a death game? Yes, and this being written on the wall here means it took place here. Ain't this huge? Well, you would have expected it, right? There might still be an exit on floor 6. The incredible Tiny Hopes has long since been sealed off. Even if it's still around, no telling whether we would find it, but it ain't impossible. And that's like exactly the same as Alice's line with some like informal language thrown in. There's hope of us getting home. In Japanese informal language, of course. Which makes it complicated. My bad, felt like I just had to hug you. Nope, hope. Well, that's something that Alice, I presume, didn't do. And that extra dialogue is unnecessary. Okay, now does stuff happen? We can go to the coffins. Okay. So then Ranmaru goes up to check on Kurumada, and then he uses a speaker, and then he goes to the control room instead and uses the speaker to pretend that he's Kaiji. Right now, Kaiji's talking to Kurumada while trying to charge the head of the Sao doll. Okay. I can talk to Maple now. But it can't be. Did she start up again? No way. And then we go to the elevator and we run into him. What you doing? Then we go do that boss fight thing. Can we stop him somehow? Something terrible happening before us, yet I can't do anything. This Red Maple's just going to come right after us again. Kaiji, what should I do? Right. So then we have Ranmaru's message, where he pretends to be Kaiji. He wants the ID card. It's just strange. Why have Sarah bring the ID card all by herself? That's true. Markiplier's right here. Get the ID card. MI comes back with the ID card. It goes with you. Go with the others for some time. Am I still working on getting the doll? This is definitely strange. Are you sure this isn't a trap to get us all where they want us? We could always not go. We ain't found Kitaro either. I told you, Kitaro's doing fine, sheesh. Yeah, and he's also dead. The classroom. A lot of dialogue here. It should be the same no matter which characters are alive. Podium. Approach the podium. You get fogged. Come here. Shocked by Ranmaru. This part doesn't have any Kana or Reko in it, so it also doesn't have any Hayasaka or Anzu in it as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4. Three, 7, 6, 5, 4. Why would Kaiji know which way to orient himself? Maybe it's the way the letters were. Okay. So shut off the power. Go in there. Turn the lights on. We have to deal with this. As far as I know, the drink machine has, yeah, it does have plot relevance because it gave Hinako cocoa to spill on the coffin. That doesn't matter because you all get drilled before you run out of battery anyway. Okay, we go talk to Sophalin. This is what I was confused about last time. The coffin Markiplier was in can't be left empty either. So this doll will be his substitute. Yeah, but it turns out the Kaiji actually planned to use, Mishima's collar, and then who ended up really being the substitute in the end was Kyutaro, and Kyutaro was already in there. So, but then if Kyutaro was already. The Kyutaro's not in there yet, right? Okay. I lost track of the timeline. When does Kyutaro get switched out? I mean, the coffin already burned, right? Right, because in order for Safwan couldn't examine the doll and not notice it was a doll, so this must still be the real Kyutaro. Oh, we're going back. We went back in time. Yeah, that's where we're going. Okay. Way to get really confused. Right, when Sarah was messing with the coffin, then Kyutaro was dead at that time. And while Sarah was discussing with Minako, Kana, and Mai, Kyutaro was already dead. And Mai didn't say where Kyutaro was because she knew he was dead and she was still trying to procure the Kyutaro doll. Right, now we went back in time, though, to when the elevator was disabled. Now Kyutaro's still alive. When we're playing as Kaiji. Okay. One more thing you need. It's... And this was never resolved. I actually never figured out what Safwan was talking about. Why would they need to charge it though? Can't they just carry it over to the coffin and drop it in? Right. How will we do it? Simple, we put the dolls lying here in the coffins and wait till the execution device starts. Alright, this is just planning for the whole sub game for the banquet, even though I don't know how they figured out what they would need to. Just in case, we gotta make him think that someone's inside that isn't, just to make sure to mess with things, just in case things need to be messed with. They don't know exactly how that will occur, but just in case, we need to make sure that people are deceived, such that if the game's really tricky, we can resolve it at the last minute by revealing a way that everyone's been deceived. Okay. Alright, he doesn't meet them until it's over. It just disappears until the end. It's starting to make sense then. A little bit stressed, but... So that's weird. Okay, so I put the collar, Mishima's collar into the coffin. Doesn't do anything if you wait it out, as I found. So I go to the charging room. Creates immediate conflict. Charger. Okay, now you can use the papers. Okay, get the message from Maru. Yeah, because you were passed out. Thank goodness, if you hadn't regained consciousness, then you would be dead. This is the Q-Taro doll now, I presume. But we found out something incredible, Sarah, at the banquet. A way we can clear this game surviving with the dummies. So we've gathered everyone but Ranmaru and Kaiji. It's true, since years ago he's... I'm so glad you finally remembered. All the devotion I put forth, the effort I gave to grant your wishes. I made Reko an opportunity to reunite with Alice. I gave Kutaro a healthy body. And to this day again, your mother is healthy and looking after you just as you wished. What a happy bunch. What about us happy is happy? We were all tricked by your offers. You took advantage of our feelings for others, our pained emotions. And you stole our happiness, our lives, our futures. Kana only wished for her sister's happiness. I see. Which is why you said you wanted your sister's wish granted. Do you know what she answered? You don't need to hear it. Oh really? Then I guess I'll never tell you. Wait. Which is it? I want to know. What did sister answer? Ahaha. Such a good older sister. I want Kana to meet her real family. Well, more lore bits. That wish. Of course, I granted that too, didn't I? Right, because he is Kana's older brother. I reunited you as someone much like you, kind, weak, and cowardly. Oh, your big brother by blood. So Alice and Reko are brother and sister. You get to choose which one would die, and they're interchangeable. Sao and Kana are brother and sister by blood. They're also interchangeable. That makes sense. No way. Sao was Kana's... That means Kana lost not just her sister, but her brother too? I thought as much. As much as a liar as Sao was, his affection wasn't a lie. He always protected Kana when she couldn't do anything. No, even now. When she's about to give in, she sees them. Kind hallucinations of her sister and Sao. Hallucinations? Kana is weak. Surely she shouldn't be looking at them. She should stand firm on her feet. Look forward, treat everyone as precious, so that the two of them can disappear in peace. So that she can say, I'm alright. So, I can't give in. I'll never lose to someone like you. Worthless. Why don't you all entertain me? Why won't everyone break down properly? Toys these days sure are complex. Toys? Just then something flew in from outside the cemetery. Wah! Ranmaru. He was getting worthless ideas too. Markiplier took the ID card from Ranmaru. Give it back. Why do you have the ID card? Why? Because he's the villain who knocked out Miss Sara. Ranmaru betrayed you all. That's wrong! Sara, come to think of it, we never got around to that execution of yours, did we? What? Wasn't that over already? Why now? Sara? I would never betray. And he gets blown up. Now that's different. Sweet relief. Now it's time for her debut. Maple has been reborn. This time it occurs in the cemetery as opposed to in the locker room. And Rekko did not die like Alice did. But you had to have that Kana scene though, so I wonder if Sao is alive instead of Kana, it changes. What is that a Rekko or Alice thing where it's like Alice dies but Rekko doesn't? Or is it a Kana versus Sao thing where if you're with Sao, Alice or Rekko dies, and if you're with Kana, neither die? That's odd. I won't know because I only do these two combinations, but made a little bit complicated there. We gotta fight this thing? Listen, at this point, our only option is to run down her battery. Find a way to make her do things that consume a lot of power. Okay. Angry AI has started up. Giving you guys a serious glare. He has a strong hatred of humans, if we can stimulate that somehow. Okay, definitely gotta save the game. So let's see if we can... I know if you fail this, Mai gets run through. And then you kind of forget about her until you have to stuff all the dead bodies into the coffins. Maybe we can get it so that Mai doesn't get run through. Her background makes it look like she has cat ears. That's probably intentional. So the angry one. Okay, intimidating would work. I would say that for the sneering AI. These two are probably not useful just because they're expendable characters. We'll try this. Gets a long live rock and roll sign. Okay, that worked. Okay. So this is the tricky one. We can't load from this, you have to restart the game to load. Yeah, we're just... I would just knock it out, because it's difficult to deal with otherwise. Okay, try to... Okay. Okay. So persuasion works on that AI. Okay. Does it matter? Now he's throw stuff at him. Unlikely to work because they're disposables. Even if I rushed fixing her, this is just terrible. Time to scrap this piece of junk. Fine with that, Maple? And Mai doesn't get run through this time. I guess she does, actually. And that's how the coffin gets crushed if Anzu's still alive. Yeah, click through that. I'm sure he's safe. Alright, this is our last chance. Okay. To this person. That Kaiji still didn't show up, huh? That's true. I wonder where he is. I wonder where he could be. Don't worry, we're here. You don't gotta worry about a thing, Sara. Don't be down, come on, look at me. What's in my eyes? Anxiety? Fear? Sure, if they came at us with violence like before, I couldn't be so confident we could make it through. But the banquet's a battle of wits, ain't it? I'll show 'em that it's our heads that got us this far. Alright, Rekko. Glad to hear it. I'm sure he's safe. Yeah. I'm gonna wild out even more to make up for him. Leave it to me, Sara. Okay. Should we wait for him? Can't do that. Got no time to wait for or search. We'll fight without Kaiji. Ain't nothing we can't do. Unless next one I have to talk to is Kana. The banquet, I suppose it'll be a fight against Markiplier. Right, and if we lose we might... No, I don't want that at all. Kana wants to protect everyone this time. Don't you despise him, Kana? Aren't you going to avenge your sister? Sorry, I shouldn't be saying that. As strong as she might have become, Kana's a middle schooler, what am I saying? No, it's alright. I just have this feeling that Kana's siblings don't want her to take revenge. Her siblings. But it's not good to obediently accept it either. Don't give in. I feel like that's what they're saying. Hug. Ah! You're looking gloomy, so... I feel like kind of an ominous... feels like kind of an ominous precedent. Okay. Is I foreshadowing that Kana's gonna stab her in the back? Would you prefer not to fight? Yes, that's true. But I'll prepare myself because that man just makes people unhappy. We just have to win. I'm not letting him get away with this. Sara. Kana doesn't know if it's okay to do something like that out of hatred. Okay. Let's go through this. Feels bad, but guess we gotta start with the ones we lost. Don't know if it counts as a proper burial, but they are coffins at least. Forgot who says this because it's not Alice, because Alice is dead. All the dummies go in, that'll do, right? Why don't just decide on your own? She's still alive somehow. Hinako chose a coffin specifically. Jeez. Azu forced herself into a coffin. Now's a good time as any to show some backbone. She's in a coffin. So, Anzu got in the crushed coffin as usual. Alright, now I'll put the bodies in. Put the dummies' bodies into the coffin. That would be Mai and Ranmaru. Left is that one. The last coffin. And that has Kyutaro in it. I'll inspect it, but before she can inspect it, it sinks into the ground. Yeah, but since the banquet isn't starting, does that mean it's empty? Then Mr. Policeman really did escape, meow. Well, then let's discuss who should go in the... Nah. It was true, but they believed it for the wrong reasons. That coffin is not empty. Oh, you have to use the move. Hey, here we go. Meister. Coffins again. Brand new. So I switched a different setting than previously. I think I chose the right one. But I don't think it matters, because it does the same thing no matter which one you pick, I believe. Turns out to be, again, what should we do? Who's going to be confident once we know what the game's like? Let's decide now. Okay, you know the rules. And Gin volunteers. Proceed. You're gonna close your eyes type setting. Okay. And the machine. You mean Ingen's life is on the line? Everybody else also dies if they're hit. But they don't tell you that yet. Don't get it twisted, Sara. We're the ones who can properly observe the situation from out here. Is it really that simple? They all look pretty much the same. The only way we can identify is Anzu's coffin. That means there's only a 1 in 8 chance. Okay. Don't forget we could hit Ken too. There's gotta be something, right? Like a way to see things the eye can't see. Let me think about that. And then lantern. The lantern. The light of this lantern can reveal things that you can't normally see. But I thought it was out of battery. Used the one I picked up. Doesn't Sao say that instead of Kana? I mean, instead of Kana meaning, you think Kana would replace Sao, and Rekka would replace Alice. But now that that Kana is there instead of Sao, instead of Kana getting Sao's lines, Rekko got him. So does that mean that if you choose Kana to survive instead of Sao, either both Rekko and Alice don't die? I see. Profits are glowing. Okay. See if they're the same. So previously the ones that were glowing were 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9. That's still the case. Okay. Those guys are worthless down there. Well, maybe I do have to extract these guys. I wonder what happens if Anzu gets killed here. There are coffins that lost their glow. Yeah, how do you do that if you killed Anzu in the first, monster fight? So, Anzu's coffin is not glowing. I've lost my glow. Don't be making pointless statements, but that's what she does. Because if she made a statement that actually had a point, then they couldn't kill her off in the first fight. Okay, this one's important. Somehow, like, wiped out the paint on the entire coffin by spilling a cup of cocoa on it. If the heat had an effect, that means something melted? Paint. Maybe there's something like paint on the surface of the coffins that glows from the lantern. Who says that if that guy gets killed in the second month in the book fight? Whatever. Consent form. You steam sprayed it, then you can wipe the paint off. If the paint comes off at high temperatures, then I can understand why Ranmaru's coffin would have lost its glow. And it's possible that a certain other coffin lost its glow as well. That would be Kaiji's. It's because it cremated. Sure did. Just touching the lid was enough to burn you. But that's strange. If we go with that, there's Anzu, Ranmaru, Kaiji, 3 coffins stop glowing. Considering that, doesn't it make you wonder who painted them and when? Good point. They were painted from the beginning. I don't know why they made a point of that, wasted time, and padded out the length of the trial. And someone painted the coffin sometime before they separated from Gyutaro. Don't remember seeing anyone act questionably in the cemetery. Well, a lot of stuff happened when you weren't there, Kana. Could there not be a culprit? Got it, the culprit is Maple. Goodness. If I repainted some old coffins that'd be sitting around a long time. Okay. So they were not used in the criminal organization trial, or the Hades incident. A new coffin would have been painted to begin with. When even the coffins outside the cemetery. Yeah, Meister said it too. Gin and Markiplier's coffins were both new. So they both glow. The numbers wouldn't add up. It's not 2 out of 7 coffins that no longer glow. It's 4 out of the 9. And do we ever actually figure out why there's 4? I mean, one of them cremated. One of them, Maple exploded on top of. One of them's, Hinako spilled coffee on. Why'd the 4th one not glow? I don't know if we ever resolved that. Some amazing information, isn't it? Because it means that Markiplier isn't one of the glowing coffins. By the way, pick a glowing coffin. But then Gin is also a glowing coffin. Too soon to come to an answer. There must be something else we can do. Can we look more closely at that machine? Okay, hints. Okay. We're gonna do 9 just to mix it up. I think I used on 1 last time or something like that. And the first one's red, as always. Calm down, Q-taro. That's what we're trying to think about. Guess you're right. It's color? It's indicating what's inside. Red is red blood, which means there's a human in there. Isn't that what Q-taro says the other... Yeah, a line got passed from Q-taro to Reko. Unless there's Alice. Maybe Alice said it. But for some reason I remember it being Q-taro who said that it's red and blood is red, so it must be a human. This is what Sal, the real Sal, gave Maple in the envelope, right? Oh, that's right. Okay. I remember now, the colors were all explained there too. Blue, human, red, dog, yellow, vacant. The colors would give information about the contents of the coffins, wouldn't they? So the color red is on this lamp. Red doll, that means one of the dummies is in there. Seriously, I'm starting to see some hope. Because everyone but Gin is going to be red. If we pick red coffins, we won't hit Gin, will we? Is that really it? Right. I mean, one of them was blue at the beginning, and we think that that was the original Sal. Does it automatically make a record, maybe? Right, that's the start of the game. Human mixed in, right? Between the 7, the dummies, and Markiplier, there's one human mixed in. The deceased dummies were given doll bodies, weren't they? Okay. It's unfortunate that they had it proven to them like this. Forgot to do this. I forgot how to do this one. Is it this? Oh. Yeah, forgot. It's ID card. Okay. All we saw was the ID card scanner and the fingerprint scanner. I always thought it was strange how I was the only one to pass the fingerprint scan. And if he's dead, I don't know how you deal with this. Maybe like Gin pipes in or something. Come to think of it, it's weird. Mai wasn't wearing gloves from the start. If she took them off herself, we shouldn't have found him in her. We should have found him in her coffin. The gloves didn't fit. They what? Then Markiplier cut off his own hands to attach them to mine. That's insane, no? That's pretty commonplace in this genre. You were listening this whole time? That's right, if we've reached a conclusion, we gotta choose. What if you pick this one? Spoiler problems. Gin and Markiplier are human, and there's no way to tell them apart after all. The audio is not out of sync with the video, it's just I read the line after I've already clicked past it. Our options are pick the number 9 coffin, knowing it'll be a miss, or aim for Markiplier with 1 in 4 odds with the possibility of hitting Gin. That can't be. We're gonna see what happens if you choose, like, the wrong thing. Because last time I actually chose number 9, or in that case it was number 1. I chose the first one I picked that showed red, and it happened to hit Haya, like one of the dolls, right? Like Hayasaka or someone like that. I'm gonna try doing this. See if it gives me a game over. Maybe 1 in 4, but I'll go for it. Oh well, is this the right one? Do we drill Gin? Eh. What's this, the floor? What the hell? Why gotta be... Okay, so he drilled Kurumada. Cool. It drilled through the coffin. Too bad you hit Kurumada. What's going on? Please respond, Kurumada. And this gives Sal the ability to immediately hit... No, Sal wouldn't necessarily hit Gin immediately. Gives him an advantage, though. You tried hard to survive this long, and yet... I wish I could have seen it from outside. You gotta be kidding, Markiplier. You didn't hear it would be... We didn't hear it be like this. Okay. I have to click on him. Do you have to extract him? Oh. My favorite number is 0. Yeah. Watch this be, like... Yeah, be blue this time, even though it was red the first time I played this. It's gonna pick it, and it's gonna just wipe out Minako. He's mostly doll, so he knows it's not gonna be him. Thunder, that's absurd. You're going to decide your fate like this? Yep, it just wipes out Minako. You lose, Sara. Now then, will will we finish this so soon? Truly, this is a fate. This is fate being decided. Eh? What's this shaking? You're kidding, right? No way. Why me? This... Minako? Okay, yep. What's going on? Was our logic wrong? We've made some major mistake. Okay, then we basically just say we didn't see her face. Ah, wasn't it? It actually makes sense you can't remember. Because Hinako's video was the only one that didn't show the victim's face. Ain't that kinda sketchy? We do know if she really died. And if we didn't see her face, it's unclear if it's even Hinako herself, right? That's true, but I'm kinda curious. If our logic up till now hasn't been wrong, ain't it Hinako that's strange? Good point. Looking back, there were lots of mysteries to Hinako's actions. Okay. First, if Hinako was really human, does that mean she was just acting as if she died in that video? Hold up, if her face wasn't shown, couldn't there be another possibility? Maybe the Hinako in the victim video and the Hinako with the dummies are different people. I'm sure the real Hinako died like in the video, and some mystery person took Hinako's place to blend in with the dummies. To make sure they didn't get found out, they probably imitated her appearance, yeah? Just put on a middle school blazer, gaudy socks, and dyed her hair pink, and they could be Hinako. Is that possible? Any clues? Do you remember seeing anything other than those victim videos that involved the victims? The gallery. Hold it, Kyutaro. Ain't those almost Hinako's features? Seems it's looking more credible. Listen up, everybody. The paintings in the gallery were all victims who got involved in the death game and died. Naturally, that girl should be one too. But nobody's seen this black-haired girl. That's gotta be because she died in the first trial without meeting anyone. And also Hinako's video. In the video of the first trial, she's clearly being called Hinako, meaning this black-haired girl is the real Hinako Mishuku who was killed in the video. And the dummy Hinako was an entirely separate human taking her place. Wait. There's something I've been wondering about. I can't ignore it anymore. Sorry, you remember when we first met Alice? We were asking him questions, and he gave an answer like, the speaker said something about a trial, but it was foolish. I committed myself to hiding. Say, Sarah. You don't happen to have some sort of item that comes to mind? Yeah, that's a voice recorder with a recording for a pair first trial on it. Listen to it again. This was located in the locker room. I'm guessing it was a trial split between floor 4 and 5, where you kept in communication. He didn't have any ill will. I'm sure Alice just left the room entirely naturally. But his partner died. Alice won the trial by betraying him. He killed her. His partner, the real Hinako. Oh, I forgot who says that in if Alice is dead and Reko's not in it. This is why the real Hinako wasn't included with the dummies. The two formed a relationship, a perpetrator and a victim. Alice, why didn't you give it any thought? Isn't he inside a coffin? Oh, but you can see him on the monitor, I guess. I guess you can see them, but you can't see which coffin they're in, but they can't see you. Let's go for 6, I guess. Via red means that it ain't get. If this is Markiplier, we win. Same conditions go for the number 9 coffin as our first hint showed. That our first hint showed was red. That's true. You know, I usually suggest we have a discussion on what coffin to target, but honestly, it's really either this coffin or the number 9 coffin. Why is that? Aren't there still more glowing coffins? And what if Gin's in them? I think we should pick coffins we definitely have dolls inside, Sarah. New sprite for Hayasaka. Now, let's see if it lets us do a stupid choice here. See if it lets us pick number 3. Just kind of really mess with things. Why did I do that? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh. Doesn't let you? Okay. Well, this is lame. Eye socket gets drilled. I can't handle this. They're all going to be killed. Gin and the dummies. Forgot. Oh. Interject with a wish. Please stop. This is just meaningless. You had your fun now, right? Rethink it. Game's just a little kid. Anzu. I'm sorry, Anzu. Sniff oog. We'll clear the dummy's regrets right here. We'll save again. If we look at it plainly, Markiplier really must be in the number 6 coffin. Don't you have to wonder about why Markiplier chose Anzu's coffin? But I wonder, is there a reason you had to pick Anzu's coffin and not one of the others? What do you mean? Well, it's gotta be because Anzu's coffin is the only one we knew the contents of from the start. That's true. Yeah, it's useless. But something does seem strange. If Markiplier planned ahead to this extent, we stand no chance. Just how deeply did he consider? Has our opponent made any kind of mistake, like a careless statement, for instance? Careless statement. Okay. This is weird. The opponent made any kind of mistake, like a careless statement. Yeah, with this, I'm thinking that this was, of course, translated from Japanese. We write Japanese not consonant and vowel, consonant by consonant and vowel by vowel, like, say, Spanish. I won't say English because English just doesn't have any rules. You write syllable by syllable, so like one kanji is a consonant and a vowel. So if they had a phrase like coffin and a phrase that these translators decided to make can't be happening, had similar meaning but was worded differently, such that the first word had the same kanji that started the word coffin, well, you'd have an entire kanji between the words. So it'd be easy to see, oh, there's another word this could be, she'd be trying to say besides can't or whatever. But when in English, for some reason, when they translated this to English, they couldn't think of words that shared more than one letter. They couldn't figure out words that shared like a common first syllable. So they can't and coffin only share one letter, which makes this near impossible to figure out. Okay. This isn't really a conflict, but whatever. What'd you just say? This might sound strange, but maybe Hinako didn't mean to say this can't be happening, but rather this coffin. Coffin? Yeah, Hinako was working with Markiplier. Maybe her coffin wasn't planned to be selected. But then it was. She was betrayed. What does this mean? The reason she thought she would be selected, do you know it, Sarah? Because... it was a glowing coffin. She was told the number of her coffin. But she wouldn't have noticed when the hit was used. Wouldn't she get really angry? Am I wrong that we rethink this? Was marked somehow with something special that only Markiplier could see? A Markiplier is in a coffin. Oh. It was non-glowing? But Hinako's coffin was glowing. Huh? Then the idea is wrong? Spilled it on the coffin. She poured it on Cotton Candy's coffin to cover up what she was doing. And you learned you could have traded coffins. What? That's gotta be cheating. Well, why did Hinako make the trade? I'm sure she didn't necessarily know everything about how it worked. And she didn't even consider that she would actually be betrayed. After all, she spilled the coffee on Ranmaru's coffin and she ended up in a different coffin and she knew she was in the glowing one, so it couldn't hurt, right? Guys, don't just be silent. Markiplier is in the coffin that Hinako was originally in, right? Kaiji's coffin is also one of the unglowing coffins, isn't it? I think we have to use our hint. But to think we've come this far not knowing whether Kaiji is in there. Right. Ain't that something? Like it's a little cocoa colored? I've been observing them the whole time and no. What should we do? That's true, where's Kaiji's coffin? Yeah. So, blue. Why is that? Blue means human. It's Mr. Policeman's coffin. Can we drill again? Ah, it doesn't let us do it. Okay. I want to commit some murder. Don't take that out of context. This is a game about murder. Oh. Has to be one we don't know about yet. Okay, does this let me do this one? Like, he just shows up as a machina. Did you do something with Gen's coffin? You'd say it would be a doll. He wouldn't have put your doll in there because it would be red because it would be a doll color. That's what I was thinking, but apparently that's not the correct thing to say. That's not the correct refute to make. There you go. Woo. Again. This machine is right in there. Hold on, why are you just here? You survived? Sorry about that. Skip Recco's line. Sniff. Protect Kaiji. We won't let you do that. Rule violations will be punished. Detective Kitaro explained these to Doll. And it's over. All the dolls have run out of battery. Next will be your final game. The winner will be decided. No, it won't. We'll escape. We won't do as you expect us to. Well now, I look forward to that. Gienibushi? What meow? Kaiji Shinogi? Kana Kizuchi? Yes. Reko Yabusame? Yeah. And Sarashi Don. The 5 of you will have a final match. Until then, give some careful thought to the ways you might outwit each other. And that is it. That is going to be it for a year or two. And then I'll come back to this.